Hello everyone, let's make a silicone mold out of silicone liquid or silicone rubber. The silicone liquid that I'll be using today to make the mold is from a brand called Silicozest. So it comes as part A and part B, 250 grams each, so total of 500 grams. This is a 1:1 ratio silicone liquid. So I got this from Amazon for about 1000 rupees or so. I will leave the link in the description box below. There are clear instructions written on the bottle. So the measurement is 1:1, so equal parts of part A and part B by weight. Mix it nicely in a container, and it also mentions a few numbers of probably the kind of silicone liquids, and if it is that, then you need to degas it, which means you have to put it in a vacuum pot or air bubble removal machine. Probably gives a lot of bubbles when you mix. We'll see. Okay, so the mold I want to do today is of this turtle, which is hollow at the bottom. So when I place it actually flat, there is still space at the bottom. So before any kind of pouring, I need to cover up that hollow space and make sure everything is sticking flat to the bottom. I'll be using some modeling clay for that. I've covered everything up in such a way that hopefully when I place it flat, that space will be covered up. If it's not, just add more clay until it is. I'm not sure if the silicone liquid will stick to the modeling clay, so I am rubbing a bit of petroleum jelly or Vaseline on it to ensure that the silicone liquid will not stick to the clay. I have used petroleum jelly or Vaseline as a release agent for my molds, so I'm hoping it will do the same here. So if not Vaseline, then you'll have to use some kind of mold release agent. Next step is to stick the turtle onto a flat surface. So you can use hot glue or some kind of adhesives. So I'm using double-sided adhesive tape, and I will stick my turtle onto this surface. Clean the object nicely before you place it on there. Okay, so once the turtle is stuck there nicely, I'm going to make a box around it and secure it in that space. The silicone liquid will be poured within that box. So now this box can be made with cardboard, foam board, or even you can use any plastic containers that you have that will fit the turtle within it. So whatever you make sure the height is a bit more than the height of your object. I placed some more adhesive tapes on the side, and now I'll stick the Lego box on that adhesive tape. So I've also stuck some sellotape within the Lego box so that once I pour the liquid, it doesn't fill the cracks of the Lego. Next, I'm measuring the silicone liquid. So the ratio is 1:1. So take equal amounts of part A and part B. So I took a total amount of 200 grams. So 100 grams of part A and 100 grams of part B. So I measured the way I would measure my resin, and it actually told me to take around 350 grams, which I thought was too much. So I took 200 grams. Hopefully it's going to be enough. So mix this nicely until A and B is nicely combined. So one thing I observed is that it gave rise to a lot of bubbles. The instructions on the bottle do tell that this particular silicone liquid requires degassing. So if you have a vacuum pot, or an air bubble removal machine, you can use that. I have an air bubble removal machine which I use for my resin, so I'm going to use that to remove the bubbles. It did a great job. It removed almost all of the bubbles. So once that is done, I'm going to pour the silicone liquid from the corner and at a height. So if there are any more air bubbles, hopefully it should not get trapped in there with this method. So 200 grams was not enough, and it didn't fill the box, so I had to actually add another 100 grams, 50 grams of part A, 50 grams of part B, mix it, remove the bubbles, and do the pour. And I'm just hoping that it won't affect the curing process. We will see. So once this is done, I'm gonna allow this to cure. So the bottle says 4 to 6 hours, but I'm gonna leave it for more than 12 hours, and hopefully we'll get a good mold. It's been more than 12 hours. The silicone liquid has hardened nicely. So let's demold. So I didn't put any kind of release agent before pouring. The mold is quite hard and not very flexible, so I was finding it very difficult to demold it easily. I had to take apart the Lego to reveal the mold. Once that was done, then I struggled to remove the turtle out of the mold. So I literally had to wriggle it out of there. So my recommendation would be to use a release agent spray while using the silicone liquid. Finally got the turtle out. The final mold that you get though looks really good. It is hard, not very flexible, but the inside looks good. There's no bubbles, there's no holes, so the air bubbles were not there. Once the mold is ready, don't use it for another 24 hours. Keep it as it is. So this is to ensure that it has cured properly internally as well. So we are going to use some epoxy in it after 24 hours. It's been 24 hours. Let's test out the turtle mold. So I'm using some epoxy mixed with the mica powder and pouring it into the mold. Once the resin fills the mold completely, allow it to cure for 24 hours. It's been 24 hours, time to demold. Let's see how we did. The mold is very hard, not at all flexible, so I was really wriggling a lot. So I did this off camera. So here's the result after demolding it. The final result, I've got an exact replica of the turtle. You also get a shiny glossy finish. I made another mold without using the air bubble machine to remove the bubbles. So I just wanted to see what kind of result we would get. So you can see the bubbles in the side, but they are internal, not external. So I don't see anything on the surface, but I'll pour some epoxy and have a look at the final result. That will give us a better idea. I poured some clear epoxy and allowed the resin to cure for 24 hours. Let's demold and see how it looks. There are no holes on the resin surface, which means that the surface of the mold did not have too many bubbles. So it does a good job without the vacuum pot or the air bubble removal machine. But when I mixed the silicone liquid, it did have a lot of bubbles which did not pop on its own. So if you have a vacuum pot, that would be better. Final conclusions, I would give this probably 6 on 10. Mainly you need a vacuum pot to get rid of the bubbles for a good finish. Secondly, the final mold is quite hard. Needs to be a little bit more flexible so that you can remove your resin object or clay object, whatever you make in it easily. Thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe, comment, like and share. I'll see you soon in the next one.